Hello, this is our CS125 project called Bad Quote Generator, and my name is Sungjin.
My name is Mihir. It's called Bad Code Generator, but it's actually pretty good.
Anyway, our quote generator is pretty much like the name states. It uh, makes quotes, generates quotes, but it is a dynamic quote generator, and the user can input various customizable options like font and font sizes and generate the quote accordingly. So for demonstration, if we choose the font Aladdin in medium size, it accordingly makes the quote. And if the user wanted to do it in smaller size, then it does that too.
So, when the user first opens the application, you come to a setup page where you can make the customizations, and it has a very clean UI. All you need is the font and the font size, and then you just need to hit submit. Once you hit submit, it takes you to the second page where there's a button that says code, and every time you hit that button, it generates a new random code from the API.
All right, and the API we use is called Forasmatic, and pretty much we fetch the JSON that the Forasmatic API gives to us, and then from the JSON we make our quote. And we also implemented a share option where the user can press this button and share a quote that they may like so. Okay, and for the code, this is our main activity file, and this is where the generation of the quotes actually happen, and where we fetch the API call from Forasmatic. We use the get method and the URL like that, and from the Forasmatic API, it returns a JSON, and which we parse it under this class. And this is our setup activity where the user can put various inputs and save their options from spinners, and then we use intent to save that intent to our main activity.
So I worked on the user interface of the application, which meant the design choices. We collaborate on the design choices, but I worked on essentially how the entire user interface would look. And we found that on the Play Store and on the App Store, most of the applications they had a lot of customizability, but the problem was that it was extremely cluttered and hard to navigate. And we found it an eyesore to even use those applications. So we wanted to make something that was slightly more minimalistic and slightly easier on the eyes with very simple customizations with just a simple spinner and a button, and that allows you to generate a brand new code.
So what I worked on was pretty much the API call and the main activity file. We would say some of the problems that we ran into is integrating the API and properly using the get
API
method,
calls.
yeah, and then to fetch the JSON that the API gives us. In addition, making the font changes for the UI was also difficult because we had to properly use intents and save the inputs from spinner methods and the dropdown to properly save users' inputs.
And we had a few ideas that we might want to implement to make this application better in the future. So we tried to use the camera API, but we weren't able to make the camera API function as efficiently as we wanted with the application, and it instead cluttered the application further. So we decided not to do it, and that could be a possible implement for the future where you can take a custom picture to put behind the code. And we also maybe thought that once we do better understand Android Studio, we could further customize this application to have a shake function where the accelerometer can register a shake from the user, which would then generate a brand new code.
Yep. And that's our CS125 project. Thank you.
We hope you enjoy the code generator.